Varsity Soccer. Tonight is actually senior night for the girls, so we have Oliver Ames versus Foxborough High School. The seniors for Oliver Ames are Emma O'Donnell, captain, and she's the goalkeeper. We have Allie Byron, senior, midfielder, Madeline Taylor, defender, and Emma Pereira on defense, who is also a captain. And for Foxborough, we have Ashlyn Cervase, midfielder, number 1. Grace Ferguson, center mid, number 2. Caitlin Mollica, number 6, midi wing. Reagan Buckley, number 7, midfield. Alyssa Vandenboom, number 8, forward. Morgan Sylvester, number 10, goalkeeper. Caroline Rongiona, number 12, forward. Emma Dahl, number 15, center defense. Olivia Nicholson, number 20, midfield. And Jordan Collins, number 21, forward. I want to thank everybody for coming out on a rainy night. I'm looking forward to another great match like we had Wednesday night. So thank you, everybody, and we'll get back to you as soon as the game starts.
Thanks, Mike.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another girls' varsity soccer game. We have Mark Davis coming back for a one night only, I believe, as Lizzie has graduated. But we have Foxborough against Oliver Ames the second time this week. It was a great match for those who were able to watch on Wednesday night. As it is every season, Oliver Ames versus Foxborough was a very tough matchup. Both physical teams, both aggressive, and it came out a 2-2 tie. It was a battle right to the final of the game. So we'll see if we end up with the same here tonight. Rain seems to be holding off, Mark. It actually looks like the sky's getting a little brighter, so hopefully it holds for the game.
That'll be helpful. Usually senior night, for whatever reason, it always seems to rain. I don't know why.
I was thinking the same thing coming in last year. It was not a great night. Okay, so we're here we get the middle of the field. Kaylee McCabe fighting for the ball. Now we get a push on Oliver Ames, so it's going to be a Foxborough possession going forward. Caitlin Mollica is going to be taking the indirect. A nice chip up the middle to Jordan Collins. Great ball over from Jordan Collins over to Ashlyn Cervase. And that's Lindsay Resnick putting the ball up in the middle toward the front. Lindsay is a first year for varsity freshman. She's actually having a great season so far. So it looks like they'll be able to rely on her for a few more years to come.
Yeah, that'll be good because this year they got a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. So you're bringing in those the young girls to keep the pipeline going in the program is always very important.
So you got Megan Burke on the far side, chasing the ball down, is able to beat out the Oliver Ames forward and bring the ball back upfield. It's one of Meg's strengths. Meg is very aggressive on defense, and she's able to recover. She loses the ball, and right there she's always pushing up the sideline. So a chip shot up and over the defense, easy save for Morgan Sylvester.
Yeah, obviously Morgan's going to have to be careful tonight, both goalies, because you know how that ball skips on the wet turf. We already saw that once in the first shot. It kind of skipped in on Morgan, and she made the save, so it's good to see that early.
And that actually, from Wednesday night, Mark, there was a shot from like the 35-40, and it just sailed just over the top of her head for the first goal of the match on Wednesday. So I'm sure she'll be extra on her toes. Okay, ball's up, Kaylee McCabe from Caroline Rongiona, breakaway, and going for the corner, and goal, Kaylee McCabe right in the corner. Great assist by Caroline Rongiona up to Kaylee McCabe for her first goal of the game. Quick score for Foxborough. It's going to be very helpful to get on the board quick, get their confidence up, because they did have a battle Wednesday night, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. So
we'll watch this again. Comes up the middle. Kaylee McCabe, nice, easy. Picks her corner.
Yeah,
well played.
Nice spin move there. Kaylee, if I looked at the stats correctly, that's her 6th goal of the season, leading Foxborough so far this year. And obviously, you probably have mentioned before, Kaylee, a play to be watched on the Hockomock website. So Kaylee and I believe Jordan Collins too, the two.
So
to go off of that, Mark, is I believe that's Kaylee's 36th goal of her career in high school, and Jordan Collins, if I'm not mistaken, it could potentially get her 50th.
Yeah, she's sitting at 49.
That would be something if Jordan's able to get on the board. So very potent scorers between Jordan Collins, Kaylee McCabe, Caitlin Malika, and then you got Grace Ferguson. There's a few others who absolutely have the foot. Caroline Rongione is having a great season so far.
Yeah, see, Jordan was just waiting for me to come back. She wanted to get
I think that's what she wanted you to be here for.
I was talking to Jeremy tonight about that.
Okay, so Emma Dahl with a nice, easy save on defense. Ashlyn Cervase lost possession of the ball. It's got past Lindsay Resnick on the side. Back to the middle. Girls are looking a lot more like Foxborough soccer, Mark. There's a lot of passing through, but great through ball from Ashlyn Cervase. So Kaylee McCabe on the defender, does a quick fake out, crosses to the middle, and just ahead of Grace Ferguson. Jordan Collins chasing it in and takes a nice shot, gets the side of the goal.
That was a strong shot there by Jordan with her left foot.
Great lefty.
I mean, she's got the speed, she's got the right foot, and all of a sudden she's showing that strength on the left foot.
She's able to take it with the left. I'll tell you, Wednesday night, they quick ball down. Lindsay Resnick's going to shield it and let it go out of bounds. Great play. So they're mark up. They mark up certain players. So you said players to watch in the Hawk, and Jordan Collins and Kaylee McCabe were both mentioned, and they were both marked all night on Wednesday. And they were doubling Jordan. They did not want Jordan to get in there, and they made sure of it. They really worked hard. They had their work cut out for them. Jordan doesn't give up easy, so.
Yeah, and then that could potentially leave Caitlin Malika, who's also got a strong leg, right? I mean, she's got
absolutely
like 2 goals and probably 2 or 3 assists this year as well. So that could open Caitlin up and taking the corner kick right now.
So they've changed up the corners this year. They were having trouble converting last year, Mark, as we had discussed. So this year they've already converted on, I believe, 2 corner kicks. The second weekend. So that's great improvement on from last season. Or I think they converted on 2 all season.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I might have a few more, but. Okay, so we have Foxborough once again advancing. The ball seems to be staying down on Oliver Ames' side. It was Jordan Collins with a nice attempt from the 15-yard line.
Again, another left-handed kick, left-footed kick.
So that was senior Emma O'Donnell with the save from Oliver Ames. So Megan Burke on the far side, pushing the ball up to Caitlin Malika, and Oliver Ames is able to push it out. Oliver Ames with possession, trying to get into the middle.
Yeah, Foxborough doing a good job tonight with the possession, like you said, Mike. A lot of the action has been down on Oliver Ames' side of the field.
They were missing that Wednesday night, Mark. They just, Foxborough kind of came out a little off, and their passes weren't there, and they weren't creating the through lanes and the forward passing, but they did settle in for the second half and were able to. But Oliver Ames, prior to that, had already capitalized, so Foxborough had to play catch up on it, but they did, and they were able to grab a tie, which is going to be important because right now Canton's undefeated.
Yep.
And they've played Sharon and Stoughton, and they have 19 goals for and 2 against, so Canton's coming out strong, which puts Foxborough right behind them. And Foxborough and Oliver Ames are definitely 2 contenders, especially in this division.
Right, and you figure that the teams that Canton played, kind of the bottom of the Davenport, so maybe not as strong. And it may come down to the last 2 games of the season where you will be playing Canton.
I think it's very possible, and and they have, with Olivia Rodman and Eliza Litzia, are both very potent forward players on that Canton team. So they pose a risk every game as well.
Yeah, you're very familiar with that Canton side.
All of my family has moved and graduated, but as of last year, but for sure. So Emma Dahl being chased down by the Oliver and forward. Back to Morgan. That's that wet ball you discussed, Mark.
Yeah,
she scooped right under it.
Yeah, I had a hard time probably planting her foot as it's coming back, and usually on dry conditions she'd get a good kick out of that one. It's interesting. It must have gone off of Oliver Ames.
Yeah, it's the forward came down and they tried to gain control and it just popped out of bounds. So up to the far side to Caitlin Malika. Oliver Ames able to get the ball back, push it. Great passing there with Foxborough, looking to advance again.
A good triangle there.
So it's Alyssa Vanderman pushing it forward.
I'm sorry they said that.
As you mentioned, these two teams, Foxborough coming in, as we know, it's senior night, and with 10 seniors on the team, that's going to be a big hole next year for Foxborough to fill. I mean, they get 6 juniors too, so it's very, very educated soccer program here. And with Oliver Ames, they only have 4 seniors, but they do have 9 juniors, so they'll definitely be in contention again next year as well. Oliver Ames.
Oh, for sure. And for the year prior, Canton had 18 seniors come on. I'm not Canton, excuse me. Mansfield had 18 seniors move on, and they're actually they're doing okay now. So it's you got to, like you said, you have to feed the program. And Foxborough has always had a strong girls soccer program. So you have Kaylee McCabe returning in the middle. You have Megan Burke coming back on defense. Addition of Peyton Feldman and Kylie O'Keefe this year, both strong defenders, and Lindsay Resnick, who, as I said before, is really showing to be an asset back on defense. Ball coming back, easily defended by Emma Dahl in the middle, and Megan Burke is chasing down Oliver Ames forward. It's going to be a corner kick for Oliver Ames, their first of the game.
A good job there by Meg to stay right with her, not letting her get any separation.
Yeah, one thing Meg does really well is she doesn't stick her toe in. She doesn't get off balance. If you watch, she keeps her balance and she lets them make their decision or mistake instead of trying to stick her foot in and then get caught off balance and beat to the goal. So as long as she keeps them outside and doesn't allow a clear shot at the goal, she's doing exactly what she needs to. So Emma Dowell able to clear that ball out. Kaylee McCabe trying to push it up through 2 Oliver Ames defenders.
Yeah, great instincts there by Emma to step up in there, seeing that the ball was there, not having, didn't allow Morgan to come out and get it, and Emma just kind of went in there and cleared the ball out, which is nice play.
So this is new this year, Mark, is these inbounds. Now the ball can't lead. It's more difficult than the throw-ins. The ball has to stay on the ground, and it's very hard to get it to one of your players. You see how close in between 2 has to come up, and it's real quick, so if you make a quick mistake, and we saw Sharon struggled with it a lot. They were having trouble getting the ball. We were just calling it an inbounds. So we get a push coming off instead of that Meg Burke push, so it's going to be an indirect coming out from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, so these are always the tough ones when you get a girl with a strong leg 25 yards out.
And it's a miss. There's a miss coming down, so it's definitely wet out there.
And the mist is heading into Morgan's face too.
So clears way high of the goal. It was touched by Oliver Ames and allowed the ball to be able to shot at the net, and the girl was a little bit strong on the foot, but
I think she got it through the upright stuff.
I think it was 3 points.
Yeah. If they were playing football this fall, that would have been good for 3.
Morgan Sylvester seems to have a little trouble striking the ball there, so there must be. I'm trying to actually, as I see the flag now, the breeze is coming right in her face. It's a little stiffer out there, Mark, than I realized. You can see that the flag going, so when you see the girls' shirts.
Yeah.
But normally Morgan will get a goal kick there, and she's able to get up to about the 40.
Yeah, hopefully the girls have some towels
in
between and the breaks, because it is definitely wet out there.
And the tough, there's no ball girls this year because of the new COVID rules. So hopefully that doesn't become a factor later if they're having trouble controlling the ball and it's out of bounds a lot. Caitlin Walker on the far side, chasing down, and it looks like it's going to be Foxborough possession coming out on the far side, about the 35-yard line. And out by Oliver Ames, going to be Foxborough's possession again coming in. So we have up top, we have Jordan Collins alone up top, Kaylee McCabe and Grace Ferguson in the middle, and Ashlyn Cervase on the close side here, so they're spread out pretty well there. If they can get the ball up, they'll have the chance to advance it. Most teams like to play an extra defender back on Foxborough, but Oliver Ames, it's going to be a handball on Foxborough coming out. Oliver Ames doesn't do that. They play the man-to-man, so
Now looking now, right now, too, if they can get some possession with Jordan at the 50, and if they can get a good, I mean, it's going to be tough, like you said, Michael, the wind in their face, but if she can get by that defender.
So now, Mark, what they're doing is they're playing quarters, and so one of the games they switch sides each quarter, and then one of the games they did in the half. So I don't know what the rule is exactly. So we got a quick save by Morgan Sylvester. Ball's coming in. A nice gets in, gets low. That's an aggressive save, especially with the wet weather and the ball skipping. So good for Morgan to get in there.
And Morgan being a softball player, she knows how to break up that double play.
And
That's what it looked like, sliding in the second.
And doesn't even flinch as the other players coming in. It's okay, Foxborough pushing up top. Looks like there's a whistle.
I'm surprised there.
Yeah, it was on the far side. I could catch. Probably must have been a push or contact.
I was going to say, because it couldn't have been offside. She had like three defenders around her.
So Megan Burke chasing the ball down on the far side, keeping it out of bounds. Oliver Ames comes in. Oliver Ames forward is able to actually take the ball and push it across, but we have another whistle on the play, so it looks like it's going to be coming out.
Yeah, with a back line, maybe.
Be a push on the back line. Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be a goal kick coming out. Morgan with the nice pass over to Megan, trying to get up the middle, but again, they're having trouble getting that ball. You can see it actually curving and spinning. A lot of play on it. So we get Jordan Collins up front with the ball up. She's looking to push it forward. Caroline Rongione on the left and Kayla Malika to the right. Oliver Ames able to defend and clear the ball out.
Yeah, Emma Pereira, the defender for Oliver Ames, did a good job on Jordan, shielding her so she couldn't make that move around her. Senior leadership right there with Pereira.
There you go. Yeah, no, this Oliver Ames very tough team. They've played Foxborough every year. They play them nice. It's a nice heavy match throughout the whole game. So ball in the middle. Looks like Oliver Ames is going to push toward the goal. Nice move coming in by Oliver Ames. Forward, nice soft pass over. Stayed onside and defended by Emma Dow. It's going to be a corner kick for Oliver Ames. Great job by Emma to get back. Good heads up.
Yeah, I mean, again, that veteran presence right there by Emma, knowing exactly where she needed to be to get back on that defense. And, while it looked like Oliver Ames had a good shot there, Emma got back and disrupted the play.
Yeah, Emma's been a 4-year varsity player. She's just very smart, very tough, and works hard. She's going to definitely be missed next year, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got coming out of the corner, Kaylee McCabe attacking in the front, breaking it up, and looks like a nice job by Oliver Ames to get it out forward, and it's a goal by Oliver Ames. Great play by Oliver Ames. So right just over Morgan's hand. She was there to defend, but it was a great play. They set that up. Kaylee McCabe was right there putting pressure the whole time, and they were able to get a nice shot off. So now we have a 1-1 tie game. Let's take a look at this again. So see they're coming out of the corner. Kaylee McCabe's chasing it down, putting pressure. And I'm not sure who came in second. Another Foxborough player put pressure, but Oliver Ames, they were able to get a nice shot off.
Great job. It was great effort there by Morgan, just under the crossbar.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch who the goal was, Mark. I don't know if you were able to see the number.
I didn't see, but I know she has a blue mask, so that might narrow it down a little bit. I think she's at the 20-yard line right now. And I think it might have been number 11. Might have been Katie Gibson.
So it's a corner kick for Oliver Ames. Setting up similar setup. Let's see if Foxborough is able to anticipate this time. So Kaylee McCabe moved forward a little bit. Now she's coming back. Actually, excuse me, that's Caitlin Malika. Kaylee McCabe's up top. So Caitlin's attacking, and then Kaylee's coming in for second, and Alyssa Vandenboom in there for the defense. Another attack by Oliver Ames, just over the net. Oliver Ames really starting to get some momentum going here, Mark.
Absolutely. I mean,
spending a lot of time on Foxborough's end.
First few minutes of the game was all in Oliver Ames, and now the field is tilted now. A lot of possession time in the Foxborough side of the field. I mean, 2 minutes, about a little over 2 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Dave, it looks like there's going to be a call right up Grace Ferguson's back. So the number 19, Lawrence Selmayer, the call was against.
Kick there.
So it's Lindsay Resnick kicking out from the backfield, and Oliver Ames able to just get right back to it, Foxborough's end.
step up their defense.
Oliver Ames definitely stepping up their pressure and aggressiveness, so Foxborough is going to need the match here. He came out early with the quick strike, Foxborough, but Oliver Ames has definitely answered. They're stepping up their attack. They seem to have gotten away from their man-to-man. They're not marking in the middle like they were Wednesday night. They're definitely shadowing Jordan up top, though. They have Emma Pereira is just staying with Jordan Collins.
I mean,
both seniors for both teams.
Everyone in the league, like you said earlier, Mike, I mean, they know that Jordan is a threat. I mean, we saw it last year with the speed, and I think people knew about her last year, but she really broke out last year, and they've always been aware of your daughter, Kaylee. Again, two-time Hockomock underclassman of the year. So, they know these two girls can score, so they're going to put a lot of defensive pressure on them.
They're definitely, you're right, but they seem to have stopped up the middle of the field. They're keeping it on the forward, which seems to be working out a little better for them. It's opening it up for Oliver Ames. So Lindsay Resnick playing against Oliver Ames.
Down to Jordan.
Ella McDonough, and she's able to clear out Jordan, trying to get there, and it looks like it's going to be a Foxborough inbounds. So great defensive play.
Yeah, Allison Evan came over to kick the ball out of bounds to stop the possibility of Jordan maybe making a cut in on the goalie.
So we have Jordan Collins up close for the inbounds. Kaylee McCabe's playing up in the center forward. Caitlin Malika playing it back. The deck must have gone off of Jordan. I missed that. I thought the Oliver Ames defender came in and kicked it clear. So
I thought so too.
Maybe must have hit Jordan as it was going out.
Yeah, must have deflected off of her.
Yeah, so Caroline Rongione and Oliver Ames defender able to just chop it out of bounds.
Couldn't see it from this nice, dry, warm spot that we're in.
That was Allison Evan on defense, able to just clear it out from Caroline Rongione. So Lindsay Resnick inbounding, and it looks like we get it's Reagan Buckley, I believe, this game.
Yeah, Reagan Buckley.
So Reagan Buckley, number 7, checking in. So it's going to be a Foxborough possession coming in at about the 50.
And again, is that one because they just kicked it out?
They kicked it out of bounds, yeah. They were just trying to get it upfield. So Lindsay Resnick setting up. We have Grace Ferguson to her right. And in front we have Reagan Buckley, Jordan and McCabe up in the middle, and Caitlin Malika to the far side. So great ball up there by Caroline Rongione. Kaylee McCabe over to Caitlin Malika. Nice attempt by Caitlin. Great. That's kind of been Foxborough's game. It's multiple passes, setting it up. Caroline Rongione in the middle gets it over to Kaylee McCabe, who puts it over to Caitlin Malika, and creates the opportunity. So it's like the end of the first quarter here, Mark. So we are off to another one. It's 1-1. 1-1. Foxborough and Oliver Ames tied going into the second quarter. So it's kind of the same. These Oliver Ames teams they're physical on the ball. They really fight for those 1v1s, and they attack, and they definitely have challenged Foxborough for both games so far. So we should get 3 more solid quarters left here.
Yeah, two evenly matched teams. So obviously now's the time. You can listen to Mike and myself, but now's the time maybe go get yourself a beverage or a little bite to eat while there's a little bit of an intermission here. About a minute and a half.
Yep, a little bit of time.
Yeah, but so far, I mean, it's a good matchup. Like you and I were talking about it, Mike. It's first half of the first quarter. Foxborough really gained the possession, got that early strike, and then Oliver Ames kind of took control of the field and scored that one that just barely got over the outstretched hand of Morgan. So probably see something very similar going into the second quarter.
It looks like they're switching sides. So now Foxborough is going to have the advantage of the win this time. And we'll see if they've made any adjustments on either side here, Mark.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure Coach Stalkup right now is probably telling the girls, just keep doing what you're doing. We like the momentum, but probably telling them to make sure when you're kicking to kind of don't lean back. The girls seem to have kicked a few over the goal post, and a lot of times, as you know, being an ex-coach, kind of lean back a little bit and get a little too much momentum behind that ball.
Yeah, you scoop under it and it goes up. Oliver Ames already setting up. So they're one of their strengths for Oliver Ames really is defense. They've got a great defense back there with anchored by a couple seniors in Madeline Taylor and Emma Pereira. They really don't give you a lot. You have to create what you're going to get from all the Rams. Foxborough is in a bit of a transition, but they're looking strong. Having Yara Fawaz and Caroline Cass, who are the two mainstays on defense, move up. So they're, without having an off-season, Mark, they really didn't have time to kind of adjust. So, but luckily they had Emma Dahl coming back, Megan Ferguson, Grace Ferguson comes back once in a while. She'll play some shifts on defense, and she's really solid back there as well. So.
Yeah, Foxborough the past few years, and even before that, you had Alex D'Amatos back there, who was just an unbelievable defender. I mean, you just couldn't get anything by. She was like a wall back there. So, Foxborough really has done a good job over the years with their defense, and of course, like you mentioned, there's always girls who can score on this team because you've got that skill level. Like you said, Kaylee and Jordan and Caitlin Mollica this year, and over the past few years, you had Lizzie, and then you had Lily Sykes, of course, who was a phenomenal soccer player. So, Foxborough always does a good job of balancing offense and defense.
So we get an inbounds by Oliver Ames and getting defended pushed upfield. Looks like Caitlin Mollica pushing up the sideline, and just ahead of Jordan Collins and Kaylee McCabe. So it's going to be an inbounds for Oliver Ames.
Watch the short ball.
And Lindsay Resnick's able to clear the ball out upfield. Caroline Rongioni in the middle. Caroline looking to get the ball over to Kaylee. It wasn't able to quite get control. Kaylee McCabe is able to gain control back, and it's pushed over to Reagan Buckley on the far side. Looks like it's going to be just ahead of her. Right idea. They had some openings over there.
Yeah, too bad. Reagan Buckley had a lot of room over there, so just a little bit too much. Again, I think with the wet ball, the wet field, you probably think I can get it right to her, but it just skipped a little bit and kind of picked up some momentum.
So I'm trying to figure out, we've got Alyssa Vandenboom's been playing back a little bit. I'm trying to figure out exactly, she's usually up and forward. So they've had her kind of coming back, looks like helping on D, so she might be playing kind of a sweet position. As she passes it up to Grace Ferguson, who's going to push it left where we've got some room, and it's Reagan Buckley once again. So Reagan pushing it to the middle of the field over to Alyssa Vandenboom. And over to Lindsay Resnick. Is that Lindsay, or did Jordan come in way on the far side there, Mark? Can you tell if that's 22 or 23?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I didn't bring my binoculars. I think it's Lindsay Resnick. I think it's still Lindsay.
Okay. Because Jordan Carmen's been playing over there, and she's number 23.
Yeah, I think that's Lindsay still.
So she did a couple shifts on defense.
Looking at the mask,
Lindsay,
too.
Yes, yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be Foxborough inbounds at about the 25. So Oliver Ames seems to be picking up a little bit where they left off. Foxborough still trying to push it upfield, but they're not able to get by. So Caroline Rongioni pushes it up. Jordan Collins, and we got Kaylee McCabe in the middle. Jordan's coming up and crossing, and right to the goalie. Right idea. I think she just couldn't quite get to the ball. It's just going a little too quick, but she had the right idea there. Still going to cross it over to Kaylee. So let's see. So Jordan, the defender, gets their foot on, and Jordan trying, and just unfortunately it just had a little too much on it.
Yeah.
But Jordan, right idea
ran out of that real estate too. She didn't have a lot of room to move there.
Caroline Rongioni trying to keep the ball forward, pushing up. Oliver Ames able to take possession and take their time clearing it up. Getting up to midfield, Oliver Ames without any resistance, and Lindsay Resnick's able to come up and push it out. So it's going to be Oliver Ames inbounding from the far side. So we should have Megan Burke and Emma Dahl hanging back with the Oliver Ames forwards, and I do like that combination. So Alyssa Vandenboom, and she's going to. Let's see, it looks like Emma Dahl coming in for the ball. Came and slid. Let's take a look again and see Emma Dahl coming for the ball. So you have the Oliver Ames forward coming in, and it looks like she braced herself. She was looking for the ball, so tough call. But it looks like they're going to give them an indirect. I think it's probably the right call, Mark, because Emma came in a little aggressive on it.
just outside the box.
Just
It was like,
outside, so-
it could have been dangerous if it was in the box
So
there.
Lawrence Elmayer is going to be taking the kick, and off the post, just to the left. Nice strong kick.
That was a good idea too, because Morgan was right in the middle, and she's trying to pick the inside corner there.
If you look, she threads it right between. Looks like it. Kayla Mall goes there because they're not allowed to do the walls now.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
can't do a wall. So they have to, it's more like a picket fence.
Morgan did a good job there too, knowing where the post was, so she didn't have to go dive for it either. I mean, I'm always get worried about that with the goalies. I'm always afraid they're gonna kind of hit their shoulder or head right into the
Right.
side of the post. But Morgan is very aware of the post and knowing exactly where she needs to be.
So another kick it's going to be an indirect for Oliver Ames. And Foxborough is able to clear it out. So 2 defenders on, and Oliver Ames keeping it forward. Number 10, Cameron O'Connor, who's in there keeping that ball forward. Now Foxborough is able to push it upfield. They've got a little room. So Jordan Collins coming across the middle, and Oliver Ames was able to come in and intercept the pass. So Grace Ferguson in the middle with 2 Oliver Ames players on her. So she stays with the ball, pushes it over to Caitlin Malika, and Caitlin is able to, well, she almost had it. She was almost around number 11, Katie Gibson, but Katie Gibson was able to get in there and disrupt. So it's going to be Oliver Ames inbounds at the 40. So Foxborough, once again, they're having trouble getting through their defense. But Oliver Ames, the same thing on the Foxborough end. Neither team's really able to penetrate except since the first goal by Katie McCabe. But other than that, they've been keeping each other out of their out of the goalie box.
That's definitely a good defensive battle so far for
Yeah, there's
first two.
not a lot of offense attacking. So Caitlin McCabe up the middle and gets a nice hop to Caitlin Malika, who's got it's a foot race, and Oliver Ames is able to get there ahead and keep the ball in. Great play. When I went out, number 15, Allison Evan, great job, was able to get to the ball just before Caitlin Malika, but wasn't able to keep it in. But she definitely disrupted what could have been an opportunity for Foxborough.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to get to that ball, and she did a great job getting to it.
And Malika's got some speed, so for her to be able to beat her to the ball, that was... So I think Olivia Nicholson is checked in for Foxborough, coming in on the right here. So Megan Burke inbounded the ball to her, and now it's going to be Oliver Ames' possession. So Olivia Nicholson has quite a strong foot on her, so let's see if she takes some shots from a little further out. So Emma Dow disrupting the Oliver Ames attack, and Alyssa Vanderboom comes in and is able to push it upfield. A little battle going in the middle of the field. Grace Ferguson, and she's looking for a through ball, but just didn't have enough on it. So Lindsay Resnick with the disrupt, and it's going to be a breakaway for Oliver Ames at the right. Emma Dow trying to cover multiple players, and Emma's just going to chase it. Great job by Emma Dow. Way to not panic. She just kind of waited. See that, like it was a 2-on-1, and she just, instead of just jumping in, she waited, and made them have to pass.
Absolutely.
And she was able to chase out.
Yeah.
So if you watch here, we had an Oliver Ames player wide open on the left, number 33. And if Emma hadn't got to that ball, they could have crossed that right over for a shot.
Yeah, she did a good job peeling back.
Well, Oliver Ames once again charging the net. Foxborough able to clear it out. So Kaylee McCabe up the middle, and she's got to push it past the players. She's bringing it upfield. She's got Jordan Collins up top. A lot of white. We could use a few more blue shirts, but tried to get it up to Jordan and just wasn't able to. I think just everyone was so far back on defense, Mark, we weren't able to get them up top.
You had the one girl on Kaylee, and then you had three surrounded by
Three around.
Jordan.
Well, they were just coming off a defensive stance with Foxborough, so that was kind of tough. Looks like it's going to be an Oliver Ames ball coming out, so it must have been a contact by Foxborough. I think it was Vanderboom in the middle. I'm trying to think. It looks like they pushed Kaylee McCabe up top, and they put Alyssa in the middle. So you got Kaylee McCabe on the left, Kayla Mallock on the right, and Jordan. So Foxborough is looking to score. And Oliver Ames with Morgan Sylvester with the great save. Just stayed patient, waited, and was able to pull the ball down.
That was a deceptive one. That looked like it was going real high, and Morgan was right there just waiting for it.
Yeah, she played it well. Played it shallow enough. Oh, it looks like Lindsay Resnick was taken out. Is that going to be an inbounds or was that a contact? No, it's going to be inbounds. It's hard. A lot of these, and this was the same Wednesday night. Both of these teams are aggressive on the ball, Mark. So they don't play they play the ball. They're not trying to go after the other person or anything. But they're both teams want the ball equally. So it looks, when you see some of these collisions, if you watch the girls, they're looking at the ball, they're going for the ball. But both teams are just so aggressive. Sometimes it's just these contacts look like they could almost be a penalty. But
Yeah.
the refs seem to be doing a pretty good job tonight, keeping track.
So it looks like Foxborough's ball.
So we'll try to inbound right to Oliver Ames. Going to be coming out for Foxborough.
Got about 9.5 minutes here left in the second quarter. Still plenty of time for Foxborough to make a run here.
Caitlin Walker and Jordan Collins up top. There's 3 Oliver Ames defenders holding back. So now we've got Jordan chasing to the middle and able to get to the ball, but another defender was there when it came out. So Emma Dahl looking to clear. They're having trouble getting their feet on the ball tonight, that's for sure.
I think Olivia there was thinking the ball's coming to, and then it skipped a little bit because on that wet turf. Picks up speed when it skips too.
So ball up. Lindsay Resnick pushing the ball forward. Jordan Collins there. Kaylee McCabe looking to pick it up, but Oliver Ames able to clear out that ball as they've been doing all night. So that was Allison Evan once again stepping up with a little help from Emma Pereira. So they've been defending that middle pretty tight all night here. Jordan Collins has not been able to penetrate so far. As you said, there's a lot of game left, so we're subbing out on defense here. Looks like Megan Burke, Emma Dahl coming out. We've got Peyton Feldman in and Ashley Board. So the ball's to Jordan Collins up top in the middle. A lot of white shirts, and they're able to break it up. So Grace Ferguson in the middle looking for Jordan Collins shielding. And they're calling it the other way. That looked like Jordan had her back to the girl. It looked like the girl tripped up, but let's take a look here. Let's see this, Mark. So it looks like if you watch, Jordan goes to shield the ball. So maybe because she
put her arms out.
Yeah, she put the arm out. So once you extend those arms. So little tidbit is Wednesday night, the Oliver Ames coach was asked to leave, I believe, at halftime or in the second half. So let's see if he maintains his composure tonight.
Britt Selmeyer, our mayor. Yeah, he didn't look too happy over there. He had his hands on his head.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it. He definitely got worked up the other night.
I like how you phrased that. He was asked to leave.
Trying to,
not following the proper protocols.
Well,
they told him to socially distance out of the field
at home. Quarantine for the night. So,
we've all been there, Mike, right?
No, I've never been kicked out. I think my buddy Brian Taft's been kicked out of a few games if I know him. Caitlin McCabe looking to get up to Caitlin Mollick, and Oliver Ames is able to intercept the pass. So we got Olivia Nicholson, that tough hop. She wasn't able to get possession. Inbounds, Grace Ferguson there trying to disrupt, and it's going to be Foxborough ball inbounds. So Olivia Nicholson over to Grace Ferguson, looking to push forward, and she does. And going to Kaylee McCabe's Grace Ferguson, and I'll tell you, one of the things with Oliver Ames is the second player comes in, Mark. I don't know if you know. So the first player was disruptive. So that play, Kaylee McCabe, that first player came in, and Kaylee went to get the ball, and the second player came in, and it's right there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been a little bit of the difference here. Oliver Ames, it's like a 2-point attack.
And you're hoping that Foxborough can identify that and do a quick touch, because if they get one person coming over, it's going to leave somebody open, and you might be able to get a run on something like that.
So they've got funny, even on these indirects, they're doing this. Oliver Ames is setting it up for Selmayer to get a little kick over to her, and then take a big boot and trying to clear over the defense. So a little bit of trap soccer going on. And if they're able to clear over, they're hoping their forwards are going to be able to break away.
I'm assuming making the assumption that it's somehow related to the coach.
It's the daughter, I believe.
Kayla with a good ball.
She plays that middle. She plays tough. She's up and down that field all game, number 19. So Kayla Molliker on the far right, looking to cross it over. And Jordan Collins chasing it down. Nice chip up. Oliver Ames able to put it up forward, and Peyton Feldman's there to break it up. Great job, Peyton Feldman. Nice defense. Oh, great ball. If Kayla Molliker can get there, number 15 is able to get there.
That was a good pass there by Jordan to Caitlin. Little too much, but it was the right idea because Jordan knew she had a girl on her, and Caitlin was streaking down the side. So it was a beautiful pass by Jordan.
They've got some speed on defense because Kayla Molliker is very quick, and that number 15 is able to just shoot ahead. So Oliver Ames looking to push it past the deep. Morgan Sylvester is there to push it upfield. But Kayla McCabe on the far side just isn't able to gain control. Had a kind of a high hop on it. So they've got their 3 scorers up top, Mark, but they're not able to capitalize. They're really not even getting to the net. That speaks to OA's defense.
Yeah.
And they're going to need that against Canton. So Oliver Ames keeps playing like this. They're definitely going to be in it at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Mike. The defense has been outstanding here for Oliver Ames. They're just not letting any sort of odd attacks, odd rush, or anything, and they're just not getting the ball through.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Sharon was playing 5 defenders on them, and what happens with that is, and that's what a lot of the teams did last year. And it definitely helps defensively, obviously, but what happens is the possession stays more on the end of the team with 5 defenders because you don't have the upfield person, and eventually that breaks down. So Oliver Ames, Sharon, that's what happened to Sharon. They were playing 5-6 defenders, so the ball never came out of their end of the field.
Yeah.
And then it's just a percentage game. You keep getting your shots off.
Yeah, and then you're going to have the defenders get tired, too, because if the ball's constantly there, you're running in, you don't even get a chance to rest.
And if you look here, they only have one defender back with Jordan, and they've pushed up the rest of their defenders. They want the goals as bad as Foxborough right now. So
Caitlin calling for the ball.
And it's going to get up to a
handball. There you go.
Handball, yep. The call coming out.
You know, that's not a bad handball there by number 11 either. You know, Katie Gibson.
Yeah.
Because Caitlin had that, and then you turn and go because the defense was getting back.
You allow the team to reset. It's a good point, Mark. You allow Oliver Ames to reset. So that was a questionable ball. Looks like a hand. They're going to call it. Okay. She looked like a volleyball. She was going in. She must. That girl must play some volleyball too.
A little self-preservation right there.
Yeah. So, but it's a.
You don't want to get hit in the face.
Ultimately, a handball, I believe. Yeah. Now they're going to do an inbounds. She kind of went like that. I thought she'd get down the lower, but maybe it was up high enough.
So we get 2 minutes, or just under 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. It looks like the rain is let up.
Oh, trying to get across the middle, and that's a handball on Jordan Collins coming across. That was the right idea. That's kind of taking a page out of Oliver Ames' playbook. A quick shot over and chip it over the defense. So number 22 with a nice clear out to midfield, and Oliver Ames able to push it up. So it's a foot race between Peyton Feldman and number 36. Ashley Board's able to break it up. So great job by Ashley Board. They were coming in. It was here we go. Look at this again. So has the breakaway, has to cut back, and Ashley Board comes in with the assist on defense. So that was great. That's the job of the center D's to come back once the wings push them out. Looks like Ashlyn Cervase is back in on the far side. We get a little open field here for Caitlin Molliker, player coming on her very fast. Number 36 coming up quick. So Jordan Collins looking to try to get by the Oliver Ames defender, and it's a battle right there. And again, there's the second player comes in and helps. So It was Emma Pereira was really giving Jordan a hard time. She's not able to get past her.
Yeah, she's sticking on Jordan very well tonight.
Yeah,
You can
it's
see
a good battle.
there's a lot of hand fighting going on. I think that's what they just called Jordan on that one.
And that was, you know what, this happened the other night. I don't know if they kicked it before the whistle, so the other night the refs were getting frustrated with the players kicking before the whistle.
So
they changed possession on it, and I'm wondering if that's just what happened.
That could be a good opportunity. You're 25 yards out here.
Yeah,
Kaylee
so
definitely has a leg for
Caitlin
this.
to Kaylee McCabe, and it's a strike skipping in, but
Yeah,
looks like that's the end of the second quarter. We're going into the half, so. Again, pretty much what was expected, Mark. It's a defensive battle, both ends, both two tough physical teams, and it's hard to say who had it looked like Foxborough had the advantage through that first quarter, but then all of the Ames seemed to really step up. So I'd say it's pretty much balanced right now. So second half's going to be interesting. See if the teams can make adjustments and really put offensive pushes on. You haven't seen a lot of offense out of both teams.
Yeah, I think Coach Stallcup has to figure out a way to, like you said, to get Jordan and Kaylee free from that defense, and it's a matter of maybe getting a few extra passes in there in the middle, and maybe moving the girls up a little bit. But she'll have to make some sort of an adjustment here because that defense has been stifling on the Olive Range side.
They're just not penetrating. So you'd like to see maybe similar to what OA is doing. Try to do a little trap where you're chipping the ball over the defense and hopefully create a foot race, say, with the speed of Jordan, Collins, McCabe, and Malika, that if they can beat the player out and get the shot off and start to penetrate that defense. But right now, neither team's really getting any clean shots. I mean, there's been a couple, but overall, there hasn't been a lot of clean shots, which speaks to both teams.
Yeah, it's been a great defensive effort so far here in this the first half, and I think the weather.
The wind's dying down too, Mark.
Yeah,
the
flag's
wind's
not
dying down. The rain's kind of subsided, so hopefully that goes through the second half. Because you really saw it the first quarter. It was really pushing pretty heavy out there, and you could see with Morgan Sylvester trying to clear the ball. She just was having trouble getting solid footing, and the ball was actually getting blown back.
Yeah, so you figure if the wind does pick up, I think that'll be at our advantage in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, welcome back to the second half of the Foxborough versus Oliver Ames. We were tied at 1-1. It's another great battle coming off of the final for a tie 2-2 on Wednesday night. Both teams just kind of a similar style. And it's as we've said before, Mark, it's really a defensive battle right now. You've got Jordan Collins, who just looking to get her 50th goal, and she's working hard up there, but their defense is strong, and she's just more often than not she's facing a 2v1, two defenders on her, and that's hard under any circumstances, especially with the defense like Oliver Ames. So it'll be interesting to see what the second half, like you said, Mark, are they going to make adjustments? They're going to push up, and same for Oliver Ames. Neither team is really getting at the goal yet.
Yeah, Foxborough does have that quick strike capability. I don't know if Oliver Ames really has that quick strike capability. I think they've got some girls with some strong legs, but you're waiting to see like Jordan and Kaylee or Caitlin. I mean, three very fast girls who, if they can get behind that defender and with the foot skills that they have, that's where you can get goals in bunches, and that's hopefully we see that, and that's in the second half.
Yeah, so this will be they have Jordan in the middle, Kaylee up top. Looks like they're going to keep Kaylee McCabe up top, and on the far side, I think it's Rongione. Is that 12 on the far side? So we got Foxborough with possession to start the second half, trying to push it upfield, and you have Jordan Carmona has come in, number 23. And we've got Ashley Board, Lindsay Resnick back on defense. And looks like they're playing two back on D, so they're pushing up the defensive wings a bit more. They're trying to push the ball up forward. Oliver Ames pressing. Ashley Board's in there, gets her foot on the ball and deflects off of the Oliver Ames player into the corner, so it's going to be an inbounds for Foxborough. So Oliver Ames has 4 back now, Mark. They were pushing up further in the first half. Now they've got Kaylee McCabe and Jordan Collins up top, and they've got 4 defenders. So Jordan Collins able to get it, pushes it over to the ball's back up to Jordan Collins. She's got a little room here. Let's see what she does. She's going to push to the right, and it looks like she's going to get her foot on it. Oh, nice bid. That was a great bid. Great save by Emma O'Donnell. Way to be patient and stop it, but that was a great job. Jordan was able to clear, and sets up her shot.
Yeah, great. I mean, a solid shot, great move past the defender. Kind of left the defender flat-footed there.
Ooh.
Little trip they got on there, but yeah, great save by the goalie too. I mean, that was a hard shot. Jordan got all of it.
Yep. Oliver Ames seems to be holding more players back right now, Mark. Kind of surprised. We've got 5 back with 2 Foxborough players, and then so it's just a sea of blue down this end. Oh, that was close. That almost took a advantageous hop for Oliver Ames there, but Morgan Sylvester was just able to get her hands on it.
A good job with that that's a basketball skills right there by Morgan, being able to get that height.
Well, 3 sport athletes, so Morgan, you'll be hard pressed to find anyone who works harder. So Jordan Collins crossing the middle, trying to get over to Kaylee McCabe. It's just a bunch of white shirts. Alyssa Vanderboom with the chip, and it's going to roll. Oh! Great job by Emma O'Donnell for the save. Alyssa Vanderboom was able to get the shot in, and
good strong shot by Alyssa there.
So just fighting in the middle. Alyssa gets it in, and what a heads-up play for the goalie to Emma to just jump back up and get the second effort on it. I'm liking Vandenboom in the middle. She's been on the ball a lot there, and she's keeping it forward. She can be a tough physical player too. So she's been playing a lot of forward. So you don't see it as much because she's staying on the wing a lot. And it's opposite Jordan Collins, putting her in the middle here. I mean, now you're seeing her really start to push the ball upfield.
And maybe that's an adjustment that Coach Stalkup is doing, so they can, if Alyssa's drawing some of the defenders in, she might be able to get the ball over to Jordan or Kaylee coming down the side, down the wing.
And then we also have Jordan Camon in the middle there with Alyssa, where she had played defense the other game. So. Nice little chip up to Kaylee McCabe in the middle. Kaylee looking to get past the Oliver Ames defender. Still working the ball, chipping back. They're definitely getting a little physical in there. Both players wanting the ball. So it looks like it's going to be a call coming out. I think the call was on Kaylee McCabe with the push.
I think one of the things that I'm noticing and actually that I appreciate is the fact that the refs are letting them kind of rough it up a little bit. I know with the COVID, when before the season they were talking about trying to keep the distance and things like that. But I think in soccer you need to have that that battle attitude.
Well, as long as and there is a clean way to play, Mark. As long as the arms aren't extended, you're not elbowing. If you're using your body and you're shielding, that's part of the game. So we've got Ashley Board in the middle, breaking up the Oliver Ames offensive attack, and we've got Foxborough pushing up the far side. Jordan Collins chasing it down. Looks like it's going to be Oliver Ames' ball coming out on the far side at about the 55-yard line. So Caitlin Mollick on the far side looking to chip the ball up to, and then Caitlin McCabe in the middle. Oliver Ames able to chip it over to forward, and it looks like it's going to be Oliver Ames coming back. So inbound for Oliver Ames. Foxborough once again they're struggling a bit here to keep the ball upfield. But I think both teams are. You're not seeing a lot either way. So now it looks like there wasn't a whistle again, Mark. So so they're resetting. It's Foxborough's ball coming in.
Now the refs are being consistent about that. It's the second or third time that's happened.
Yep, and I guess you got to control it because it's with the new rules, and it's a kick now. Good through ball. Vandenboom tried to get a foot on it. Was just ahead of her, but able to push it upfield still. And broken up by... once again broken up by Emma Pereira. In the back. Emma Pereira's having a great game back there.
Jordan
Looks like Jordan. Yep, Jordan was knocked over. Number 15, Allison Evans. So let's take a look again here. So Jordan foot race coming in and extended the foot. Number 15. Yeah. So Allison Evans tripped her up.
Katie looks like.
So it looks like Ashlyn Cervase and Kaylee McCabe setting up for the kick here. So we got Jordan Collins on the far side, and
a lot of white shirts and a lot of
again, you're not able to do the wall here, so it really spreads out. It makes it a little tough for the D. So it's a direct kick, Mark. So great shot, great save.
That was a great shot by Kaylee right there.
Nice strong shot, and the goalie was just able to get up there and punch it up. Let's take a look at this. So it became a direct kick. Kaylee just strikes that nice curve, and Emma just really, it was right there. Emma O'Donnell was right there, and she just punched it up and over. So it's a corner kick.
That's a good play by the goalie there. Not trying to catch it either, just being like, okay, let me just time it and just deflect it over.
And you're right, Mark. When a ball's coming in that hot and fast, it's sometimes you're just better punching it and keeping the momentum. If you try to get it with your hands, especially if it's still wet down there.
It might slip through the gloves, or if you get the ricochet, the rebound out in front.
So it looks like it's going to be Oliver Ames, or they're getting another ball.
I was going to say, it should have been Foxborough.
Yeah, I thought he was the ref was pointing, but he was pointing at the soccer ball. So, okay, it's going to be Lindsay Resnick inbounding. So Kaylee McCabe's ready there to push it upfield and get Jordan Collins up top. Ball's into the boom, and it's going to be Oliver Ames coming in now. And I apologize. I thought it was Caroline Jr. That's Erin Foley. She's a freshman on the forward mark. So this is Erin Foley's first year up top. She's number 13 on the far side. This is what you get when you get 50-year-old guys without glasses on. So Erin she got her first goal against Sharon. It was a nice goal. She's a real strong player. So they're going to have her for 4 years, which is great.
It's great getting the experience right now, because that's what you're going to need. You're going to need, like I said, the younger girls to kind of take over next year.
Right, and they didn't have the benefit of a summer. You have that summer league, which is as much about touches on the ball as it is building camaraderie. And the freshmen coming in are intimidated. Here we go. Jordan Collins on a break. She's got one defender to beat. She's got Erin Foley up, and they're going to be offsides. Looks like it was offsides on the far side.
That's too bad. That was a great opportunity right there.
It was by maybe a half step, so it was a tough one. Tough for Erin to see, because there was a sprint. Multiple players sprinting down. Like I was saying, is these freshmen, these new players from Varsity, especially freshmen, like our daughters, benefited from a summer league. They were able to come in, get acclimated, get acclimated to the high school, and get a feeling of comfort, so their confidence can come up. And these girls didn't have that. They weren't able to do the summer league, get to know the other players. So it's really impressive for them to come in here and contribute right away. So another easy save for Emma O'Donnell. It just was a pass that didn't quite get to Jordan Collins up front. So it looks like in the middle, Kayla Mollick is there to obstruct the punt, and
Tony, the boys will leave.
now we get a full race, and the Oliver Ames players just breaking away on defense. It's going to have Lindsay Resnick getting back, breaking it up. Great job. That looked like a clear breakaway. I don't know if they're calling a goal kick or it was a push. Let's take a look at that again. That just looked like a breakaway. Then we're going to get a clean shot. Resnick doesn't give up. Is able to cut the angle off and get the ball. And you saw the little push there from the Oliver Ames play, a little frustration. Which is you expect. She thought she was having a nice little breakaway goal there. That's tough. Okay, so we're up the middle of the field here. Looks like Vandenboom pushing the ball over to Ashlyn Cervase, looking for the give and go, and Oliver Ames breaks it up. So back into the middle. JoJo pushing the ball to Caitlin Mollick on the far side. Caitlin coming back for it. And Peyton Feldman breaking it up. Again, Peyton Feldman is an aggressive player. She's not afraid to just go after the ball. And on a wing, that can be helpful because she can get up there and disrupt before it even gets down. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be an inbounds here. Quick substitution. They're subbing out 3 of the Oliver Ames players. I believe 1 Foxboro player. They're keeping McCabe and Collins up top, but they're having trouble breaking through. So let's see if they can start getting some momentum here. Starting to see a little push from Foxboro getting upfield, but again, this defense is holding pretty strong.
Yeah, Emma Pereira is in Jordan's back pocket all game long.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely.
She is just staying right with her.
So we got Foxboro with the push coming up on the right and broken up pass. That was Rangione coming with it, and Oliver and defender was right there to steal the pass. So we've got Carmone chipping it back to Emma Dahl, trying to gain control here in possession. It's a lot of back and forth. The possession just hasn't been there tonight for both teams. You haven't seen a lot of combination passing, and that speaks to more to both teams than their defense and their aggressiveness than so much not sticking to a game plan, so to speak.
Trying to get it down to Jordan.
So Jordan's breaking through, Jordan pushing, and the goalie Emma O'Donnell able to get there just at the top of the goalie box. Great effort by Jordan Collins there trying to get to it.
Yeah, that was a good idea. I think she had it. She would have just popped that right over the goalie's head.
Another couple feet, and she had it. Cleared out and over the, it looks like a push. Yeah, I'm going to call it push at midfield. So we've got Lauren Selmayer taking the kick. She takes the majority, but she's got a nice strong foot, and she's able to get some good lift on the ball. So once again, getting it down to the Foxboro end. Little chip shot, easy save by Morgan Sylvester, and she's pushing it out to the outside. And it's stolen by Oliver Ames player with, that was a close one, Mark. That just cleared. It actually looked like it was going in.
Cameron O'Connor. I thought that got over Morgan's hand. I thought that was a goal.
That looked, from this angle, that looked like it was going in. If you take a look here, gets a nice strike on the ball and just clears over in between the goalpost and the top of the net. So we got away with one there for Foxborough. Caroline Rangione pushing it up to Jordan Collins, trying to get the breakaway. Broken up by Allison Evan. Been hearing Allison Evan and Emma Pereira quite a bit tonight. Those two back there are stopping everything coming up the middle. Having a great game.
Forced turnover there by Foxborough.
So a nice chip off to the sides. It's going to be out of. It's going to be Foxborough possession inbounds. At about the 35. We've got Lindsay Resnick inbounding, Cervase, Camone, McCabe, and ball goes right to the Oliver Ames defender. So you got to be careful of those, Mark. That's just a giveaway right there. You know, you're chipping it in, and it goes right to the other team. You're better off with a safe short pass, which they've been doing all night. You do that.
Looks like Foxborough's possession, I think. Oliver Ames. So you have about 5.5 minutes here left in the third quarter. Still a 1-1 tie.
Neither team's able to really get anything going.
Yeah,
they've just been all night. They've been kind of strong. You know, the other team breaks up the offensive attack, and
I know it's a little early, but it'll be interesting to see how the coaches handle it. If it's a 1-1 tie heading into the fourth, do you play conservative or do you try to go for the win and try to get that extra point?
And that's it, because in soccer a tie is worth points.
Right.
You know, so there's. It's all comes down to the coach on that one, right?
Right, and I think that if you fall 2 points behind Canton, I mean, if you get a tie, you fall that two points behind them, then when you come down to the end of the season, those games are going to be important. Every point counts right now. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, talking a little early.
There we go, Ashlyn Cervase. Oliver Ames getting back. Jordan Collins on the left, trying to get around, and good defense.
Yeah.
That was Emma Pereira. That was Emma Pereira again. And now she's going to get Now they're calling it on Jordan on the push. I just saw Jordan down. I didn't quite see what happened, but
I thought Jordan just got taken out there. But
that's what it looked like to me. But I was watching the ball. Let's take a look again and see what happened here. So Jordan's extending. Yeah, that's Jordan pushing on Pereira and just got caught up on her feet. So that was a good call. A little tough because it looked like when Jordan was going in there, I thought I saw the arm come up. Yeah. So it's not easy with these refs. They're covering quite a bit of field.
Especially at night. I mean, the lighting is good here, but even at nighttime, you can probably get away with a few. Especially with those blue shirts too, you can kind of disguise it a little bit.
A lot of this game just being played in between the 220-yard lines here, Mark. Just back and forth, back and forth. Each team's kind of struggling to maintain possession. We just had substitutions for Oliver Ames too. Looks like they subbed out some of their D mark. Did they take Pereira out?
Maybe give her a little bit of
flow
before the fourth
quarter.
Looks
like, if I see the number corrected, Mary Cross, number 20, and then 11, Katie Gibson. So Katie McCabe in the middle, pushing the ball up forward, hopefully get a friendly hop. Rangione's unable to get to the ball in time, and then Peyton Feldman beats out the Oliver Ames play to push it up forward, and Rangione is almost able to get to it, but it's going to be an inbounds for Oliver Ames. Oliver Ames with a rare misstep. They were inbouncing and they just weren't able to get the ball up in the air, so it was able to be picked off by Caitlin Mollica. But an easy save for Emma O'Donnell. Grace Ferguson receives the punt, and again we're fighting in the middle of the field here for possession. So Oliver Ames able to chip it back. Emma O'Donnell's keeping it forward. Oliver Ames making a push now to the goal. You see number 23 looks to be offside, so see. She held herself back.
Just 2 minutes now, so
Kayla Mollica pushing up to Jordan Collins, and Jordan again. It's a battle with Pereira, so she is still on the field. I would have been surprised if they had taken her off, to be honest.
Jordan in
Jordan
there.
Collins, and the big save.
Oh, she just got bumped out.
Keep it forward to Ashford Cervais with the big boot. Oh, that was so close. Good effort by Jordan Collins there, especially if you watch number 22. So now watch here.
4 girls around her.
Yeah, well, that's pass. So number 15 does a grab there too.
And then right here they bump her right
and
there.
Right there. That is just playing the body. But you know what? You're in front of your goal, and you just it takes over. You're just trying to keep them out. That was a big save for Oliver Ames right there, Mark.
Great opportunity. Good shot by Jordan. Good stop by the goalie. I figure you probably have like about a minute 20 left here in this third quarter. That's the best opportunity of the night right there.
Oliver Ames once again inbounding from the far side. And Jordan was able to get to that one. Or Carmen, am I saying her name? I don't
Carmen,
know.
yeah, Carmen.
I apologize. So, going to push that ball upfield, and Oliver Ames gets to it. Caitlin Mollica on the far right. We got a push here. We got McCabe and Collins up the middle. Loose ball. Emma O'Donnell was just punched it out. Caitlin McCabe's chasing it down, not able to get it. Pushed back out. Grace Ferguson pushed the ball up to Ashton Cervais. Ashton's got a little room, get her foot on it, and it's going to go just wide of the goal. Great bid here. Foxborough starting to get a little penetration, but time's going to be clicking off for this last third quarter here. So. And that's going to be it for the third quarter, going into the fourth. So once again, we're still tied 1-1 going into the fourth quarter here. It's been a battle in the middle of the field this entire game. Foxborough started to penetrate there, and Jordan Collins was very close to her 50th goal. She certainly was working hard for it. Let's take a look at the last play going in. So Ashton Cervais is setting up her shot, looking for that outside corner. Right idea, just went just wide of the goal, so it was a good bid. But that's that and with Jordan Collins. Here's Jordan coming in. Now it just gets punched out. Kaylee McCabe trying to get to it, isn't able to pull it back. Let's push up. But look at all the white shirts. You really just see that they get back on defense, and they stack the defense pretty heavy. So going into the fourth quarter here, we're going to see, it looks like Foxboro's been trying to put an offensive push on, but there's just so many white shirts in the back. So either you got to push up a couple of the middies so you can keep the ball forward or change. But you've seen it on a few. Oliver Ames has been able to break through Foxboro's defense a few times. Lindsey Resnick, with the great play, able to get back and disrupt what looked to be a breakaway for a clean shot on goal. So that was a huge save for Foxboro. And Foxboro, with Jordan Collins coming in, multiple defenders with the goalie, and they were able to keep it out as well. So it's really just been a battle back and forth. Pretty much what was expected. Same thing Wednesday night. Both just hard-working teams that are grinding it out through the entire game. Both physical, both want the ball. Oliver Ames is just, their defense is, with with Emma Pereira in the back, she has just been holding it down back there. Her and Allison Evan, they've had quite a game. So no easy feat to keep Foxboro at one goal. Kaylee McCabe with the lone goal of the game so far for Foxboro.
Next ball, Foxboro. Let's
So now we switch sides once again for the fourth quarter. Foxboro looking to pick up where they left off and push. We got Reagan Buckley on the near side trying to push it upfield, and Grace Ferguson in the middle. Grace Ferguson plays nice and strong, smart up the middle, so it's good to see her back there. See if we can get the ball pushed up. It's going to be an inbounds for Oliver Ames at about the 40-45 yard line. They're pushing it in, and they get these nice little chips, and they're just trying to push it back past the D, which they were able to do. And they didn't call that. There's going to be a call on that one. I think they could call it a goal kick. Yeah, it was. Okay. All right, a bit surprised. Let's take a look at that again. Just kind of came right up on the back of and took her out. It's going for the ball, but unfortunately, when you just plow into her like that. All right, ball is now. Here we are. We're back in the middle of the field for just another possession battle here. So we got Grace Ferguson attacking, Kaylee McCabe, Reagan Buckley, just all trying to push the ball up. Peyton Feldman's able to get her foot on it. Looks like it's going to hop over the defender. Jordan Collins racing to it and just unable to capitalize. So we've got looking for a through ball to Caitlin Mollick. It was just ahead of her. Emma O'Donnell's easily able to scoop it up. I think one of the Oliver Ames players went down, and everybody thought, kind of made everyone hesitate. They thought there was going to be a call, and there wasn't. So here we are again now. Oliver Ames is pushing it back through Foxboro's defense. Emma Dowell's able to clear the ball out. Getting a little more physical in the fourth here, Mark. You're starting to see both teams want it, and they're really starting to kind of bang into each other. So we'll see how this plays in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive here to get that get that strike.
And they are. Both teams are. So it's going to be chopped out. It's going to be Foxboro inbounding on the far side. So I don't know what was going on there, Mark. For some reason, Foxboro put it right in the middle of the field, and Oliver Ames was able to. It sailed over the goal, but
still a good opportunity right there. It's a clear kick.
Yeah, you got to keep that ball on the sidelines, especially if you're in control and you want to push it up the sideline. You never want to cross it into the middle. So we got Morgan Sylvester with the goal kick coming out. We got a quick substitution for Foxboro. In the middle of the field here, we got Grace Ferguson is able to win the possession on the 1v1. Push up to Jordan Collins. Emma Pereira once again battling for the ball. So Jordan Collins pushing upfield, and Oliver Ames was able to get to it just ahead of her and push it out.
Selmeyer, I think maybe. Selmeyer might have kicked that one out. Or
19.
Or maybe not, actually.
I thought it was Allison Evan, but again, it's the far side of the field. It's hard to make out the numbers. Let's see, Foxboro's pushing up here. We get an inbounds. A lot of blue shirts up forward. Do an offensive push here, Mark. Let's see if we can get toward the goal.
We're
going to cross it in the middle. Okay, so we got Grace Ferguson getting her chip on it, and Emma O'Donnell with the save. She's had a lot of solid saves tonight, Mark.
Yeah, she's come up big a few times. Jordan was right there on the doorstep, though, waiting.
She's timing them right, and she's charging out to get them. So we have Megan Burke back in on defense here. Peyton Feldman fighting up the side. Because Peyton's trying to keep her possession, which she does. Megan Burke's able to come in and get the balls, pushes to Kaylee McCabe in the middle.
Nice
Kaylee
move.
McCabe's able to spin around the defender and
Got
pushing
Jordan
up
down the
here. She's got Jordan. She's got a little bit of opening and not able to capitalize. Looked like Jordan was going to be able to break away, so unfortunately she didn't
I don't
get
know
the
if
pass
Kaylee
up.
saw her. I mean, Jordan was streaking down the side. I think Kaylee might have been able to slip it over to her, but it's tough. There was still like 3 or 4 defenders back. It's tough to see.
But it did look like a good opportunity for a pass up to Jordan on that side.
But Kaylee takes a good shot there too. I mean, that's not a bad play on
Yeah,
Kaylee's
it's
part.
tough. It's tough because they're not getting the opportunities either, and the frustration starts to set in, Mark. And that's one of the things that the coaches have to keep these players, settled and focused.
Yeah, and then the girls feel as though it's like, okay, I've got to make a play, and they put it on their shoulders because every girl up there, they're all competitive, so they want to be the one to be like, all right, I'm going to make a play, let's get a spark going.
So punt by Emma O'Donnell, just shy of the 50, which is great because if you go over the 50, it's you lose possession of the ball. So that was a beautiful 48-yard punt. Oliver Ames with a quick chip out. Their defenders are just so strong. One kick and the ball's on the other side of the field. There's Grace Ferguson, great ball right over to Meg, and we've got Oliver Ames right up the back of Burke. But one thing about Meg, so now there's an extended arm. Yeah, you've got to call that.
Yeah,
Megan Burke
right
is just, Megan is tough. She doesn't back down, and she just stays on the ball. So let's take a look. This is where you're going to get yourself in trouble. Extending the arm, like you can see her. She's just grabbing. Fully extending the arm 3 times. You can't do that. You can lean the shoulder in, but you cannot extend that arm. So Resnick with the big kick, pushing it up. And Jordan's right there, but Emma O'Donnell's able to grab the save.
I think Jordan there too, thinking maybe I can try to head this one in over as the goalie's coming up.
Can't head.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
yeah, she probably was thinking that. So, and we saw it in the last game, Mark. A couple of goals, like Emma O'Donnell went up to head the ball. And then it seemed like mid head she realized, okay, I'm not allowed to, and she got the ball in the face, and then still got called for the header. So it's hard for these girls because they're used to it and it's part of the game. So Jordan Collins with the break, and she's got big save by Emma O'Donnell.
Coming up huge again.
Big save right there. That was a big opportunity for Foxborough. And just not able to capitalize. Emma O'Donnell with a huge save. Kayla Mollica taking a quick shot out from 20. So that was a missed opportunity. So you just got to watch this again. Jordan Collins is a nice through ball there by Vandenboom, and then Collins breaking, and Emma O'Donnell right there. It looks like she took it off the face, but she got her body in front of there. It was a great play. I think. Alyssa's having a quiet, good game in the middle here, Mark. That was a nice through ball by Vandenboom up the middle.
It was a great pass, I'll tell you. Emma O'Donnell for Oliver Ames just kept them in this game. This game should be 4-1 by now.
Beautiful save. And there's Vandenboom with the shot on net, so that was nice. Nice job, right?
You've seen Foxborough picking up the pace, picking up the action here. They're really, really starting to attack.
Yeah, you're right. They're starting to get down here and push toward the goal.
Make surveying what's going on.
And they go. So this Oliver Ames team doesn't give you a lot of time. You really got to make your decisions quick if you're Foxborough. So Kaylee McCabe looks like a handball, bounced up and got the hand. She was going to be able to push through and had Collins and Mollica up top. So a little misfortune there.
Yeah, I really think, as we get later into this game, I think that they could really utilize Caitlin Mollica, I think, on the right side, because I think the defense is going to shade towards Kaylee and Jordan. And Caitlin come down that right side. She's going to have some opportunities in this fourth quarter.
I think to do that, Mark, they're going to have to chip it over there. They're not able to move it up the field. Neither team's able to really move it up the field on the ground.
Yep.
So it's ball coming out.
Jenny Gilman with a solid push there for Oliver Ames.
At the time, when you're seeing the ball move upfield, it's usually about a 20, 30-yard boot. And there's not a lot of pushing and moving up the field, which you saw against Sharon. Foxborough was able to really just create passing lanes, maintain possession, move it all the way upfield, and pick their shots, where here they're just not getting those. Neither team's getting those opportunities.
Yeah,
they're really having to boot it upfield and hope for a breakaway.
I think Oliver Ames has done a probably really good job of scouting the Foxborough team, knowing exactly where the offense is going to be coming from.
So you get Jenna Gilman over here on the left fighting for the ball. Looks like she's going to get the call. She was a little push from Peyton Feldman. Jenna Gilman had a great goal Wednesday night off a corner kick. She just great awareness. The ball was in the air and she was able to strike it right in. So Selmeyer once again with the kick, but it's on the ground this time. Easy save for Morgan Sylvester. So out to Ashlyn Cervase, trying to get past Madeline Taylor on the far side. Looks like it's Foxborough possession coming inbounds. We don't need to rush. Now they're calling it back for Oliver Ames. It's going to be Oliver Ames' possession.
Yeah, that's Coach Selmeyer, I think, over there, just talking to the refs, saying,
Making
you missed that one.
Helping the refs out a little.
Just a little bit. It's a good ball.
We got Megan Breck with the foot race with Jenna Gilman, who's very fast coming down the side. So let's see here. We got another battle, Pereira and Collins, and Pereira just looking to dishes it off. And now again, there's another 30-yard boot upfield. Emma Dahl breaking it up, trying to push up the sideline to Ashlyn Cervase. Ashlyn looking for her opportunity. To Collins up the left. McCabe streaking up the middle, and you got Mollica up the right. Jordan looking for Mollica. Not able to get through, but great idea. Mollica off a deflection is going to have an opportunity. It looks like, and way to get back by, looks like, was that Selmeyer who got back?
I think so.
Yeah, she was able to get back and break up the shot.
Like we're saying, though, Caitlin's streaking down that right side.
You're right,
Look
Mark.
at,
she's
got a lot of space there. If they
she
can
had
get it
the
to
opening.
her.
It was a corner. And then wasn't able to set it. Now
Kaylee throws it across.
Oh!
Jordan Collins right there.
Another save for Emma O'Donnell tonight.
So far, I got to say, Emma O'Donnell is the star of the game.
Yeah, she's been. I mean, none of the saves except for the one on the ground were like dynamic, but she's where she needs to be every time. Looks like we're gonna have a call on Peyton Feldman, but took out Selmeyer. So we got a penalty kick at 45.
We got about 8:40 left here in the fourth quarter.
She's got quite a foot on it.
Yeah.
She's just able to really get it downfield.
Good job there.
Gilman trying to get in there and get that shot off. The ball was bouncing. Tough to get a foot on it at that.
I think that's a big play there by Feldman, because I mean that's going to be a solid shot, about 15 yards outside
coming through.
And Feldman, Peyton just stepped right in and got in there and deflected the ball away. That's a big play.
So Vanderboom up the middle trying to get in. Oliver Ames, Selmeyer was able to get in and push that ball outside. So it's going to be an inbounds for Foxborough on the far side. Let's just take a look at this one again. So McCabe chipping right into the middle, and Collins was there, but that was great save, O'Donnell right there. Just able to tip it up and then pull it back down. It's going to be an Oliver Ames on the far side, inbounding. It's a quick substitution coming through. So they seem to be playing. Megan Burke looks like she's playing up a little, so having her play more aggressively up forward, which might be why the Fox was pushing up. So Kayla McCabe pushing forward, looking for Collins up the middle. Collins chips it. He's going to chase it into the corner here. And we got Mollica's ready in the middle if the ball comes over. So Oliver Ames intentionally clearing the ball outside. So now it's going to be a Foxborough inbounds on the far side. So we got Megan Burke on the right, Jordan Collins getting in front of the net, Grace Ferguson, excuse me. I'm mixing the names together, mashing them. It's going to be a corner kick. Emma Pereira kicking the ball out. All right, so Leland McCabe setting up down in the far corner once again. So it's going to be Ashlyn Cervase just setting it into McCabe. And McCabe's crossing. Nice cross. It's in the front, and Oliver Ames got a little battle. And what is the call there?
Probably going to be goalie kick, I think. No,
he's pointed to the corner, but
that's a surprise. I thought.
It seemed like he blew the whistle before it was over, though, Mark.
Yeah.
I thought the ball was still in front of the goal. So we'll do it again, and this time she pushes it over to Ferguson. So we'll call it again. Now it's we're calling a push. So it looks like a push on Foxborough coming out.
So we get just over 6 minutes here left here in the fourth quarter.
So this happened Wednesday night. The whistles really started going in the second half and slowed up the play quite a bit. It seems to be happening again. But it's in direct relation to both teams kind of picking up their how physical they're playing and really starting to push the pace. So there's So Alexa Lane, number 21, that would have been an opportunity to head the ball and keep the ball moving forward, and she wasn't able to. So she had to trap it using her body, and that's the difference maker when you can't head the ball much. And to be fair, I'm not a huge proponent of it just because of concussions and whatnot of heading the ball, but it does take an aspect out of the game that these girls are used to.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be very difficult because the instinct is I got to get up and head that. And now you got to pull back, and you get a little tentative.
And you hesitate. It's just one hesitate, especially playing against these two teams. You don't want to hesitate because. So you got Kaylee McCabe streaking up the right. Kayla Mall got pushed the ball. So Kaylee's trying to control. She has two players on her. Gets it over to Jordan up in the middle, and Oliver Ames is able to clear it.
Good opportunity there.
To the middle, and Cameron O'Connor. She tried to kick it upfield, took a bad hop and went out of bounds. It's going to be Foxborough inbouncing on the far side.
Yeah, there was a decent opportunity there, but the defense got back just in time for Oliver Ames.
And once that first player started to put pressure on McCabe, a second player comes right in, and that's what Oliver Ames has been doing. I thought they were calling. Bush, was it a header?
Yeah, hit her on the head, so I saw him tapping his head.
Coming out.
So we get about a little under 4.5 minutes here.
4.5 minutes, and Foxborough's definitely had more opportunities, but Emma O'Donnell's been able to stop them. Now Oliver Ames starting to make a push up the middle here, and it's broken up by Emma Dahl and Ashley Board. Kaylee McCabe able to turn the ball around, try to push up to Caitlin Molliker on the far right. Caitlin looks like she's got an opportunity here. It's going to be Foxborough. Should be Foxborough's ball.
It's tough, though, because if you only have the two girls up from Foxborough, you got 4 or 5 defenders back. Yeah. It's going to be tough.
Right, and that was Katie Gibson was able to break it up. So now Peyton Feldman getting to the ball. And the Oliver Ames player was able to get there and just disrupt the kick enough. So now you've got an Oliver Ames player. So it hits Lindsay Resnick in the back, which was a big help because we had a breakaway player there for Oliver Ames. Emma Dahl trying to clear the ball, kicks it right into the foot of number 23, May Holmes, who's able to capitalize and keep it forward. So we got Kaylee McCabe coming up on the left. Now you've got 4 defenders and you've got 3 Foxborough forwards, McCabe, Collins, and Molliker. So you got 2 defenders on McCabe. She loses it control. She isn't able to keep it in, and it went out of bounds. Definitely showing some frustration over there. You can see it. It's not happy with herself for letting that go out. Yeah. Potential opportunity. 2 of the defenders came over to play on her if she could have cleared it to the middle.
Yeah, Foxborough has an opportunity, though, because Oliver Ames just kicked it out of bounds.
Kicked it out. It's going to be coming back in.
So just under 3 minutes. You got to see if you can get something on the inside.
So, and Foxborough loses possession. So we got Peyton Feldman getting back. Nobody challenging just yet for Oliver Ames. They will all come back on D and push the ball out. Really kind of want to keep the ball inbounds at this point, Mark, pushing it forward, especially where Foxborough's been pushing their attack. You hate to lose time, and then with the way Oliver Ames is booting it upfield when they do the inbounds. Molliker's there looking to disrupt the kick, but so Ferguson gets her foot on it to Cervase, who chips it up to Collins. Up forward, she's got Molliker up the right, and she sees it. She's pushing it way up. Might be a little bit too much on it. Too much on it. Right idea, though.
Yep. Because if Caitlin could have got there, you got Kaylee filling in the middle, and maybe you get an opportunity to throw it in. So under 2 minutes now.
Okay, so we set up a goal kick coming out. Emma O'Donnell, and doesn't get a lot on it, but right to an Oliver Ames player. Now Caitlin Molliker is pushing it up. Megan Burke on the right. Little foot race here, and it's going to be Foxborough coming in. Foxborough's ball coming in. So they really need to push here, Mark. They have to look to capitalize. So Feldman's got that girl's too close, but Yep. 21 was just too close and came in and took out Malika. So now we got Malika. We're going to get indirect. Come on, Caitlin. And she's going to push it up the middle, looking for a Foxborough player. And Oliver Ames, number 15, Allison Evan, was there to get her foot on the ball and just clear it out. Oliver Ames making a break on the right. Emma Dahl's coming in, looking to cover 2 players. Easy save for Morgan Sylvester, but that was a good push by Oliver Ames. Had the whole right side, taking advantage of Foxborough pushing up the field. And that speaks to you, Mark. What do? Do you play defensive or do you go offensive? And when you go offensive, you leave that opportunity. There's a potential for that to happen.
Yeah.
For a breakaway goal.
And good job there by Morgan, keeping an eye on that ball. So we got about 40 seconds.
So Oliver Ames inbounding. And Malika is going to do what the other girl did. She's going to get as close as possible, but then they back her off. So Ferguson up the middle, trying to get the ball. Stick 2-on-1. The enemy coming in, so Sylvester's going to be there for it. She needs to get this out quick. Morgan can sometimes sit back there, so good heads up. Get that ball up quick. Keep it moving upfield, Mark.
Yeah.
So you got Cervase up there, push up to McCabe, trying to keep it forward. And it gets broken up. And they're going to get a call for the push. So let's take a look again. So McCabe trying to keep the ball forward. Yep, there's the arm. Yep, there's the arm right there. So good call on the rest. And what's
that the time?
The timeout. Oliver Ames timeout. So actually good.
Is it timeout or is that the game?
What's that time?
Could be time. I think that might be.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I didn't see a timeout. So. So another great game, right down the wire, another tie. Just the same thing as we saw Wednesday night, Mark. It was just a battle back and forth, and both teams just physical, tough, and Oliver Ames' defense was able to keep the strong offense of Foxborough just from capitalizing. So that's 3 goals in 2 nights from Foxborough. Generally, they always put 4, 5, 6 goals on the board. So. Great effort on both teams and great game plan for Oliver Ames to hold them at bay. So we could both come out with 2 ties. So that's Oliver Ames' 4th tie of the season.
Yeah, 4 ties. They've got 4 ties. Yeah, 0-0.
That's going to be a little frustrating for them.
Yeah, I mean, 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, and then 1-1 again. So, they're not breaking through, but they got their 4 points right from 4 ties. So, now Foxborough with that given 6 points because they're 2-0-2.
Right. So it's. So the next few weeks are going to be very important.
Yeah, depending what Canton does. If Canton loses, then you're tied with Canton with 6 points. But again, it's going to all come down to the end. But it was a good battle here for senior night at Foxborough High School, and we wanted to obviously pay tribute to the seniors since it is senior night here for Foxborough. Starting off, we're talking about Ashlyn Cervase, number 1 in your program. She's a 3-season athlete, 3-year varsity soccer player, varsity basketball player, and she also plays lacrosse in the spring. So,
just a great game on both sides. Both of these teams played extremely hard and fought right up to the end. So it was just a great match. So back to what you were saying, Mark. Senior night, the beginning of the season, we weren't even sure there was going to be a season.
Yeah.
So now they're able to get it. Looks like there's going to be no playoffs. They're playing each team back to back to minimize contact or things like that. There's no ball girls. They have to wear masks. I mean, think about walking up here into this booth with the mask on. I'm breathing heavy. These girls have to play an entire game with the mask on their face. So just shows how tough they all really are. So it's just
and they're also just playing the Davenport. They're not going into the Kelly Rec. So
right.
you don't.
Which is too bad because like last year's game against KP was a phenomenal game. KP came out on top 1-0, but it was either team's game, and it was a great game.
And you always know the game against Franklin. That is always a hard fought, sometimes very chippy, but it's usually a 1-0, 2-1 game, and you missed that this year. So it's tough. It's tough for the girls not to be able to have those experiences and only having the 10 games, playing the Davenport schedule, back to back. So, but they're fighting through it like all the athletes in all the sports.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm sure they're happy just to play.
Well, that's it. I know, speaking for my daughter for sure, I know she would have been, she loves this, and she would have been devastated to not get any play in. So just to see them be able to get out on the pitch, actually put in, something of a season, especially for these seniors. Our daughters were seniors. My other daughter, your daughter, was seniors last year, and they had to really just they got their soccer season in, but their senior year was disrupted completely. So it's good to see these girls get a semblance of normalcy for it. So
Absolutely, yeah. You're happy to see the athletes being able to have that opportunity to play the game that that they love and that they work so hard. Being being an athlete and a student is very difficult because the time commitment that you have to put in for your studies and for the athletics, it's tough. So you tip your cap to the seniors and all the girls for the Foxborough High School soccer team because they're working their tails off to try to have a good season.
So we're just trying to figure out here because we're doing we have a senior night, so we're going to do introductions for the girls and their families. So they're just setting up right now, and this is one of the obvious annual traditions where the players are out in the field and they're introduced, and then they get to really have their moment, their final wrap up of their high school career, which is great. So the girls are starting to line up now, and we're waiting here for word from the coordinators to let us know when to start doing the announcing. So I'm going to let Mark Davis do it because my voice is getting shot here.
Yeah, Mike's been
allergies or something going on.
He's been working yeoman work over here for every game that Foxborough Cable obviously doing a great job of bringing you these home games. Usually in the soccer season we usually only have one game. We have senior night, but this year due to the circumstances they've done a great job. So I think we're getting
the go ahead now. So we're gonna keep the headset on, Mark. I think they wanted it to be on there. So just keep the headset, and you might have to turn the mic on. So we're just getting ready to introduce our seniors right now. So we're gonna turn it over to Mark Davis.
Testing. All right, well, welcome everybody. A great effort there by the Foxborough Lady Warriors. We wanted to take time right now to obviously introduce all of the seniors on senior night, and we would like to have the parents come out obviously when we introduce the seniors. So we're going to start off with number one. We're going to start off with Ashlyn Cervase. Ashlyn's a 3-season athlete, a 3-year varsity soccer player, a varsity basketball player, and she also plays lacrosse in the spring. She participates in class council and best buddies. Next fall, Ashlyn plans to pursue a business or engineering degree while continuing her athletic career in either soccer or basketball. So that's number one, Ashlyn Cervase.
Come her mom or sister to meet her at midfield. See, the field doesn't look so big when the girls are running out there, Mark. But when the parents have to go
parents go, I know, you and I both know, we got a little winded last year kind of getting out there. And then they got to take a picture of you. And
they should have had a break station in the middle.
Where's the athletic director cart to bring the parents out? All right, so next we're going to have number 2 on the program, Grace Ferguson. Grace is a 4-year varsity player and also plays lacrosse in the spring. So she hopes to pursue a career in marketing in college. So we wish Grace Ferguson the best of luck in marketing.
Grace being joined by her parents at midfield.
So always a good tradition, again, having the parents right in the middle and in the center of the field, getting the picture taken. Hopefully in the next week or so we'll see it in the Foxborough Reporter.
Yeah, it's great for these kids, Mark. That's just, it's such a a big deal for them to get that recognition. You know, it's all those years of hard work, and you know, Ashlyn again playing multiple sports and just constantly working at it. So good for her, and best of luck in college.
All right, next up, number 6, Caitlin Malika. Caitlin's been a 4-year varsity starter and enjoys playing both soccer and basketball. She will be attending Stonehill College next fall to continue her basketball career and continue to pop up some points. And she's also going to be studying business and pro law. Congratulations, Caitlin Malika.
Another tireless worker. Her parents coming to meet her at midfield as well. Another tireless worker. Caitlin Malika, I'd come up the field here or whatever, and Caitlin's always up here working on her game, whether it's soccer or basketball. So she'll be moving on.
Next up, we're going to have number 7, Reagan Buckley. Reagan's been a part of the soccer program as a midfielder for the last 4 years. Upon graduation, Reagan plans on studying criminology in college, just like her father. I also want to give a shout out to the boys in blue, so thank you very much for what you guys do.
Excited to have midfield, some family members coming out. Really, 10 seniors. That's I think last year. How many did they have last? 6?
5 or 6.
6 or 5. So it's amazing. You see 10. That's quite a big number.
Yeah, that is a big number.
Foxborough will have its work cut out for it next year, trying to replace all these girls.
And next at midfield, we're going to have number 8, Alyssa Vandenboom.
Alyssa had a great game tonight.
She's been playing high school soccer for 4 years as a forward. Alyssa's coaches youth soccer, teaches CCD, and is a certified nurse's aide. She plans to go into the medical field. Congratulations, Alyssa.
It's nice to see Alyssa play center mid. She's really geared to that position. She had a great game tonight.
Yeah, and the Vandenboom family, they've been around for a while here. A lot of the kids, great athletes across.
Good people.
You know, track stars and soccer players, and they get some good athletes.
We had Mom on the camera.
Yeah,
Catherine's
right.
on the center camera tonight. So
Doing a great job. Camera B for the boom, for the Vandenboom. Up next, number 10, Morgan Sylvester. Morgan's been a 4-year varsity goalie who also enjoys basketball and softball. She's a captain of both the soccer and softball teams. She will be attending Fairfield University next year to play softball. Congratulations, Morgan Sylvester. I so wanted to see Quinnipiac kick it. And the Sylvesters know this, but Quinnipiac will beat Fairfield in the next year.
there's another one who does nothing but work. I'll see her jogging all the time. Morgan's out, always getting ready for the next season.
And up next, number 12, Caroline Rangione. Caroline's been a part of the soccer program for 4 years as a forward, and she plans to attend college, but her major is undecided. Good luck, Caroline, next year. We're all undecided. That's not a problem, so don't worry about it. You'll figure it out, Caroline.
Well, Caroline's having a strong season this year. She's really started to take on that forward role. She had a couple great games against Sharon. So hopefully that foretells the rest of the season.
Yeah, she's a heck of an athlete. Again, Rangione family too. Always have a lot of good athletes in there in the family. And making her way to midfield now, number 15, Emma Dahl. Emma's been a varsity soccer player and track athlete for the past 4 years, and she's very devoted to her role in Best Buddies, as well as other extracurriculars. She hopes to pursue a career in nursing. Congratulations, Emma, and we definitely need more nurses, so thank you very much for taking on that career.
I was fortunate enough to coach Emma through town as well, and just all heart on her. Anything you ask her to do, just so coachable, and deserved to be on varsity all 4 years, so good for her. And her sister Casey was on the other camera tonight, so we want to thank Casey for stepping up and manning a camera. Her and Maddie Mayer.
Up next, number 20, Olivia Nicholson. Olivia has been part of the soccer program for 4 years as well as track. She plans to attend college to study environmental sciences. Congratulations, Olivia.
It's always so natural posing for a picture at midfield with everyone.
At least the rain has finally held off, so
True.
it's you know, they probably have some good pictures with the background. No rain. And last but certainly not least, our last senior of the evening, number 21, Jordan Collins. Jordan's been a 4-year varsity soccer player and enjoys basketball and track. She will be attending Bryant University next year to play soccer and study business. Congratulations, Jordan, and go Bulldogs.
Would have been nice to see Jordan get her 50th tonight, Mark, but it just did. Not for lack of effort. It just, she wasn't able to get it in, but I'm sure next game we'll be seeing it. So she's, thank you for doing that, Mark.
My pleasure.
I don't think the voice would have held up through the whole thing.
You can blame me for Jordan not scoring. It's bad luck, Chum.
No. So, but you know what? Jordan has had quite a career here, and I'm sure she's going to go on in college to continue to have a career. She's continually working on her game and just deserves every accolade she's gotten. So she'll certainly be missed next year for sure. You lose a potent scorer like that is very hard to replace.
Yeah, and I know, we had, I know a girl from Mansfield, Melissa Reef, who you're familiar with, who plays over at Bryant in the soccer team. And again, we had Kristen Bortolotti was a soccer player for Bryant too. So, the soccer program continues to go on. So let's give a warm round of applause for all the seniors and all their parents for all the effort and dedication over the years. Thank you so much, parents and seniors, for a job well done over these past 4 years.
And thank you to everyone who stayed tuned in to celebrate these seniors as they go into their final season that thankfully happened and are able to celebrate and be celebrated by their teammates. So thank you all. And it was definitely a match to be watched tonight. A couple strong teams, two of the arguably strongest in the Davenport. So it was a good game Wednesday night, and it was certainly no disappointment tonight as well. Okay, so once again, thank you all, and we look forward to seeing you in the next game. Remember, all the home games are going to be live streamed. We want to thank Foxborough Cable Access for that. So because of the limited amount of attendance, we're able to bring it into your home, and we appreciate anyone listening in and watching and supporting these girls. So thank you all, and have a great weekend. Much appreciated.